Hi, welcome to a really special and festive video. In this one, I will be looking at two gorgeous, beautiful planners. The Christmas planner from Wrendale Designs and their desk diary for 2022. I wanted to give you more details about the illustrations inside, the pages, the way they're organized and what you can do with them and what you can't. I've also been using their smaller diary size before, so I will do a comparison in between the desk one and the tinier one, what kind of sections are missing and what's the additional things in each. I am in such a Christmas mood. I got my earrings, which are supposed to be gift wrapping bows, which I think they're so adorable. My name is Irina and I'm the owner of the blog Lipstick Cafe, and if you enjoy beautiful things, cosmetics, glitters and apparently Christmas things now as well, then please make sure you're subscribing to my channel and that you click the notification bell so that you're notified about future content. I also want to mention actually that this video is not sponsored and these have not been sent to me. This is my initiative only. I just had a look through them and I decided I have to show you this in a video because they're just so beautiful. And I think there could also be an absolutely lovely Christmas gift for someone, either on Christmas itself for the planner or for the Christmas planner in replacement to an advent calendar. So Wrendale Designs is a family-run business based in Lincolnshire, England. Their illustrations are made by award-winning artist Hannah Dale. I will start showing you the Christmas planner first. This is meant to be reused for several years, so you don't just pay for this big planner just for one Christmas. It's reusable. The cover is made of hard cardboard. Pretty thick, it's really good quality. As you open it, you get a section where you can sign your name in and this beautiful wreath. It's so pretty. And then you get a bunch of stickers with beautiful illustrations and animals wearing Christmas hats and whatnot. My favorite is the cat wearing the Christmas hat. Honestly, I love it. And then you move into the sections. So you get several sections in. For each section, you've got several organizational tips and tricks. The covers for the different categories are made of cardboard, so they're definitely thicker than just the pages themselves. So the first section is the Christmas cards, and on this cover page you get tips and tricks about your Christmas card. For example, that you could use the stickers to seal the envelopes to give it an extra special touch. I know that Wrendale Designs also make Christmas cards, so you could match them like that. And then as you turn the page, you have this gorgeously beautifully illustrated picture. You have quotes for each card page. So this one says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So that's so cute. And then you get like a list of really nice, interesting activities that they suggest you could do to count down to Christmas. Some of them say, for example, go for a winter nature walk, start a new family tradition. And then you turn the page and you get into the actual card planning section. So I've actually counted the number of pages you get in the section, and you get 37 pages, and on each page you get a couple of names and addresses. As you can see, you have 2 repetitive years for each name. So what I find is really useful with this one is that you have the category of sent and received, which I think it's something that would be really useful. You know, once you get a bunch of cards and you write them in, you can also track the address to make sure that you have the right one, and then track if you actually sent it and if they received it or not. On each page you get adorable illustrations. This section is pretty large. In fact, if I remember correctly, this is the most generous section of the entire planner, the card planning one. And then towards the end you get these empty pages just for notes, and for the card section you get 6 empty pages, so you could decide what you could use these for. They're just such a handy thing to have at the end of each category. The next category after the Christmas cards one is the present planning, and this is the main reason why I purchased this planner, just to kind of keep a track of what ideas I have and, you know, where could I find it, to kind of keep a budget in mind as well of what you can do, what you can buy, what you can't, things like that. Again, you get some really useful tips about gifts. So for example, you get some useful tips if you're planning to send gifts by post. And then as you turn it, you have another beautiful illustration, and this one says making list, checking it twice. which is very accurate. And then in this section, you can put the name in, the gift ideas, and if you bought it and if you wrapped it. I particularly find that section useful because it happened to me so many times that I know that I already purchased gifts, but then I would forget to wrap them, and then I'd end up the night before Christmas spending hours wrapping everything at the same time. So I think that's actually going to help me to keep a track of what I've already wrapped and what I didn't. However, I am quite disappointed about this section in the end because you only get 10 pages of this, which I thought is not nearly enough. So if you really think about it, this is not divided by years. So I think you'd have to put the same people in over and over again for each year. If you fill in this section with your gift ideas, if you bought it and if you wrapped it, you see what I mean? So let's say that if for a person you have 4 gift ideas, because personally I would put in the chocolates and things in here too, because that's something you need to remember as well, you know, like if you want to get some wine or some chocolate, and then the actual gift itself, like a book, and then I'd fill in these small sections pretty fast. So 10 pages, if I want to use this planner repeatedly year after year, I feel like this is the section that it's most lacking. And then you get a really useful section, which is the wish list. So you can basically create profiles of the people you want to send gifts to. So you have the name, the date, and my number 1 gift would be, you get their favorites, hobbies and interests, what would they like to wear, to read, and a little bit about themselves. So this reminds me a bit of the oracles that we used to do in school, honestly, where you'd give it to your friend, they would fill in their answers to the questions you'd have in. So I almost feel like you'd have to ask people, hey, what are your favorite items to receive for Christmas? And then you'd fill it in. So I feel like that's really sweet and useful. You only get this from 9 pages, so realistically you could only do this for 9 people. And then you get only 1 page for your wish list. Realistically speaking, you'd want your wish list to be repetitive for each year, so you don't just get a page, you'd get like several pages, because I presume at least my personal wish list would change from year to year. I just love these illustrations. They're just so beautiful and customized and just absolutely gorgeous. And then if you turn this over, it has like a section where you can put in all the gifts that you received for Christmas. You can put the year in, the gift, who is it from, and if you send them a thank you card, which is so sweet. You get 10 pages of the gifts you received, which I don't know, I just find it a bit funny. It's almost supposed that you'd get more gifts that you'd send, but that is a lovely, lovely way of keeping a track of your gifts. And then again, you get 10 pages of notes, of empty notes, where I guess you could use it for more wish lists and more Christmas gifts and ideas and whatnot. The next section is food and entertaining. Again, this has quite a few helpful tips throughout. Look how beautiful this is. You get the measurements for Celsius and Fahrenheit degrees, and you get a checklist for what you should in theory have in your cupboards for Christmas. Obviously, this could be customized. And then a really nice section, you get Christmas feasts, so you can organize dietary requirements. When is it for? When is the meal happening? Number of guests, what is for main course, what is for starters, what's for dessert. And then on the next page you have the space to actually do the shopping list for the feast, and in total you get 11 feasts that you could fill in. And then there's also a section with festive recipes. You get a standard recipe for mince meat pies, and then of course you can fill your own custom recipes, and you get 14 different pages, so you could fill in 14 different recipes in theory, unless you cram them in. The next section is the calendar one, and you get a page for important dates, and then you get a page with November and then December, which repeat themselves, so you can obviously use this year after year, and you get enough for 4 years. I do find that this calendar can be a bit confusing. I filled in the dates myself for this November, as you can tell, but you only get 6 days in a row, so I find that a tiny bit confusing. We can have Monday starting here, so it takes a bit of use to, but this can be the calendar that's just related to Christmas stuff. So if you want to put in the last date that you could order gifts to arrive for Christmas, or the last date that you could realistically send cards for, when do you want to have a night for a board game, you know, everything that's related to Christmas, Christmas fairs, anything that you wish for. And then of course you get the section with the empty notes pages, and you get 9 for this section. And then at the end you have another category which is called list and notes, and you could literally use this for anything. You could use this for more gift ideas, more gifts received, more cards, anything that you wish for, more food, whatever you want to use this section for, it's here. And for this section, you get 19 pages with to-do lists, and then you get 23 empty note pages. This is really spacious, so I guess if you do find that the gift planning section is too narrow for it, you could move to the end section and use this for anything that you need more space for, whether that be gifts or recipes or anything that you find that you've already filled the other section already. And then at the end, you have this beautiful pouch that you could put anything in, receipts if you like to, or anything that you want to keep in there. I find this really useful. So this was the Christmas planner from Wrendale Designs. I find this such a beautiful item. I'm so happy I purchased this. I hope you had fun having a look inside it. I know there's not a lot online about it. Hopefully this helped you to make a decision whether to get it for yourself, whether you want to gift it for someone that's really Christmas spirited and loves the holiday season, or if you watched it just to enjoy it and have some fun, then thank you. That's great as well. I love watching videos like these. Then we move into the diary desk planner, and this is really heavy and solid. So at the beginning, you get the illustrated diary front page where you can put your phone number, your email address, your credit card, you get your national insurance number. I really wouldn't advise you put that sort of information in your planner. You might lose it, who knows, but I mean, you can use this for whatever you want. And then you get thoughts and resolutions for a year to come, which I find so beautiful, and I will surely do that. And you get an overview of 2022, which I find really, really helpful to kind of be able to see the year in its entirety, because sometimes when you look page after page, you kind of miss the point, or you kind of miss the big picture. You really understand the true meaning of that expression when you look at pages like this, right? So this, you see the bigger picture. With this one, you can kind of see that maybe you have a holiday in March, maybe your only next holiday is, I don't know, December. You kind of see how distance events are from each other. You kind of see exactly what's going on. I really like this. I find this really useful. And then you get some information about all the illustrations and animals that you get for each month. Tells you what the artist feels like about that specific illustration, what's the thought behind it, which is really nice. And then you get weekly routines, which I haven't quite figured it out yet, but you basically get Monday morning, afternoon, evening, and so on, and then it repeats itself. I'll probably use that for skincare or face mask or some sort of thing like that. And then you get an overview of an entire month on this 2-page spread. So this is January, and you get a small section that says to do for this month. You can obviously see the overview of the month, and it goes on for March and April and so on. And then for each month you get a goal page. So you get focus on your goals for this month and plan ahead. And it says this month I will, projects to start, something new to try, projects to finish, and self-care just for me. So you could fill in this page at the beginning of each month, either as a reflective page or to kind of keep a track of your overall activities, because again, if you only use the day pages, you might miss the point. As I said, oh, this is so cute. You get a full page for each day, which is a lot, and you also get don't forget section. You get birthday and anniversaries as well. This may seem like a lot, but for me, I find that I fill in my planner really, really quickly. The only disadvantage about this, of course, is that it's a bit heavy to carry, so you wouldn't necessarily be able to carry this around with you, unlike this tinier one. And each month goes the same. It has a different color band at the top. You get the illustrations, and it's just so beautiful. Every illustration makes me smile, and hopefully this will give me enough space to fill everything in. The only thing that I really don't like is that for the weekend you get the 2 days on one page. And I mean, I don't want to be mean, but I feel like most of us has the most things to do at the weekend, because that's when we have time. So you might find yourself that for the weekend section, you don't have enough space to fill in all your thoughts. For Saturday, you get this tiny section where you have like 3 rows, And then for Sunday, the same. So what I find myself do probably is start to fill in Saturday and Sunday, either before or after. And then at the end, again, you get an overview of 2023 this time. So you can kind of have a quick look for the future year, kind of see exactly what's going on. And, you know, you can start to plan it before getting the planner for the following year, if that makes sense. And then you get a few pages for notes and sketches. I think it's only 3 pages in total, so it's really not a lot. And that's it. That's all you get in this one. I think this is just for people that have a lot of things going on every day, that want to write in everything that's happening, meetings, events, places to go to, things to buy, thoughts for the day, projects to start, steps that you need to take to finish your tasks. So I find myself wishing I could do that with this one. So that's why I got the bigger one, but it is going to be a bit inconvenient to carry around because this is really big and heavy. The smaller one has more interesting sections in it, I feel like. So it doesn't have enough space in it. But for example, at the beginning of each week, you get a page where you can kind of see the main tasks for the week. You get a meal planner, a shopping list, things to do, a weekly budget. And I found this weekly budget thing particularly helpful just to keep a track of how much I've been spending each week and, you know, the differences. And I just find it really useful. That's really sad that this one doesn't have that. And honestly, I might have to customize that myself. I might not need a full page for every single day, so I might sacrifice a page or 2 for each week or such, where I add in that budget planning and meal planning. I just wish they had the same sort of sections in. I feel like the budget planning would have been really useful, as well as the meal planning. This is how a weekly spread would look like. You get really tiny sections for each day. You get the same illustrations, but you only get it on one spreadsheet, so you don't get it on both pages. And again, you know, I just found it was just so itty bitty tiny. And you get a few tiny sections for notes. This one is similar in terms that you get the same view of the entire month at the beginning of the planner, but of course it's a lot tinier than the desk one. And again, at the end you get that full overview of, you know, the full year and the next year to come, where you can kind of see exactly what's going on. And then at the end you get a few pages of notes. So I would say that weekly spreadsheet that you get is what's missing from this one. I really wish they included it. So there you have it. This was the reveal of the Christmas planner and the desk diary from Wrendale Designs. I hope you really enjoyed seeing the illustrations inside and that it helped you to make a decision if you'd go for this planner or not, or if you want to gift it to someone. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and that you leave a comment down below telling me what you think of these planners, or if you'd buy a Christmas planner, if this video helped you to think of someone that you could gift one to. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified about future content. I will have a video with my 2021 beauty favorites coming really soon, so stay tuned for that because it is absolutely filled with amazing products. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye!